have our recovery meeting at noon on Zoom.
LifeLab recovery
Everyone's
meeting.
welcome. You're speaking.
What?
You're speaking.
I am speaking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm speaking on our instincts. God gave us instincts to live. And sometimes I tell a story about worms. Worms in the desert. The worm dealer. We all know that worm dealer.
Zoom at noon.
Zoom at noon. Do you like Zoom?
I mean, it's like a necessary evil. Do I like shaving my legs?
Oh, wow.
It's kind of the same thing. I feel like it's really comparable.
Interesting.
Like I have to shave my legs to have smooth legs. And so if I have to be on Zoom to see people.
Who's telling you have to have smooth legs?
That's really a social construct that I'm willing to adapt to.
Yeah. I think some younger girls are going against that trend. I've seen that trending
and
lately.
That's on them. I
think it's great. You
would like me to have some.
That's why I have a beard.
Natural.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how I'd feel about it in our personal relationship, but yeah, I like people that kind of push against the grain.
You do. Yeah, I'm not really. I just feel like there's other areas I could push against the grain, not that one.
Yeah, good for you.
Because personally, I actually enjoy
looking at your silky legs.
I enjoy staring at my own legs. No, that's not true. But it's a necessary evil. Zoom is a necessary evil.
I like Zoom how I think it was meant to be. Like, our lives aren't supposed to be on Zoom or on social media. But they can be useful tools. So I still use it for some useful tools.
Yeah. It can make things easier. Mocha, stay in bed. Just stay there. You're fine right there. The miniature pincher. Is restless.
Irritable and
you do our reading?
That is the problem. Go lay down.
Oh, she did. She's so
all right. It is July the 27th. We're coming into August 1st. August long weekend. Is that a specific long weekend?
Civic. It's called the Civic holiday.
It's for the civic workers?
It's a fake holiday so that you have a long weekend.
In August.
Yeah. In Canada, we have such short
Is there one
summers.
in September? Labor Day. What's Labor Day? September?
Yes.
And then May 2-4 weekend?
Yes.
May 2-4. All right. Here we go. Don't. What if there was no such problem as alcoholism in the world? Oh, imagine that. Would all marriages and other human relationships be therefore perfect? Of course.
No.
That's a good way of putting it. Of course not. Then it should be easy to realize that sobriety cannot bring release from all our problems. True, alcoholism can wreck marriages that might otherwise had a good chance of success. But it is also true that the basic adjustments to each other must somehow be made. Recovery's prime purpose, the Al-Anon's prime purpose, is to help us deal with the problems that alcohol has aggravated. But just as important is its usefulness to helping us to adjust to our partner and to other people. Today's reminder: if I really want to learn how to fit easily and happily into my environment and my relationships with other people, God and the 12 steps has something for me. Once I have met the problem of alcoholism, which introduced me to the program, I expect to go on using it for the rest of my life. Quote of the day: all of us need some kind of philosophy to live by, commented an AA speaker. So I'll just settle for the 12 steps and the spiritual way of life.
Yeah, and I think that's how we wound up where we are today. Because I remember going into 12-step rooms because I want to learn how to fix you, and thinking, oh, these are really good life principles that actually everyone could live by.
Didn't you find that? Did you find like hopelessness in the Al-Anon rooms where you're like, oh my goodness, these people are stuck here for life? Oh my goodness, their partners are all drinking like there's no hope. And then when I got sober, you came to Alcoholics Anonymous in our open meeting and you were like, I'm alcoholic. I want to live like you guys. Or your solution applies to me, basically, is what you said for a year.
Yeah. Well, so the particular group that I was going to, the Al-Anon group that I was going to, was a lot of older women, and I was not even 30, and they looked very old to me, so 60, 70. And to me, it seemed like they were just trying to figure out how to live the best life they could around alcoholism.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so I was like, good for you. That's good. I mean, but I'm 30 and I'm not going through another 10 years.
So then there's another concept.
So then I left you.
There's another.
Oh,
yeah, you did.
Then I left you. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, I'm not staying with this person. This is not going to be my life.
2 years after the fact. 2 years. It took you 2 years.
But yes, when we went to AA, I became convinced that.
So there's another concept in there. And it might have been your perception as well.
Oh, 100%.
But I think a lot of meetings can be problem oriented. Like, I'm just talking about all my problems and they're not solution oriented. So what's my solution? And that's my relationship with God. That's solving all of my problems.
I think even in a healthy meeting, when you're talking about a group of people who all have an active alcoholic or addict in their life, it's going to, even if they are talking about their solution, the problem of having this active alcoholic addict in their daily life is still going to be very apparent, right? You can't talk about
but that's what
your
it's saying,
solution
is that there is going to be the ism all over the place.
Yeah.
So even when I get sober, our marriage isn't going to get fixed. So
exactly.
It's like, do I have a relationship with God that's going to solve all of my problems? Not just the ones that are bothering me and the ones that are holding me down.
Yeah.
And I really like that the alcohol is just a symptom of the problem. Mm-hmm. So this is really getting to the heart of it. And I really like that. I like how they put it of like, imagine there was no alcohol in the room. And somebody that's listening right now, your life might be being consumed by the alcoholic. And you're like, oh, it would be such a better world. And then they come hard to the whole, wouldn't all the marriages and human relationships therefore be perfect? And you're like, no.
And the truth is that they're not. Like, relationships are really challenging. Relationships are really difficult. And we do need some guiding principles to be able to figure out how to navigate relationship.
So then the goal is to take the process of LifeLab, the 12 steps, whatever the process is, and to actually have a relationship with God. And so God is at the center of my life, mm-hmm. and not alcohol, not the ism, not like I'm running on spiritual principles and not my old principles.
I really like the exercise in LifeLab of writing out a life ideal of like, how do I want to show up in relationships?
How does God want me to show up?
Yeah. It's a great exercise just to take a look and see like, oh, where have I been selfish? And she's trying to sneak.
She's sneaking. So, but that's the thing, that we get these conversations all the time. Should I leave him? Should I leave her? And it's like, you need to be in recovery yourself.
Yes.
So that God can, oh, look at the miniature picture. Oh. Our job, if you're asking those questions, I would ask the question, do you have a relationship with God that will answer that question? And why don't you go seek through prayer and meditation his voice, mm-hmm. and then come back to me and let's talk about what you heard, and let's pray together.
What's the question that I'm asking?
The question that we get all the time: should I leave him? Should I leave her?
Oh, that.
Whatever. Like, oh, my situation is unbearable.
Yeah, that's not necessarily the answer.
But it might be. Like, I don't give the answer.
Yeah.
And the answer is, do you have a relationship with God that will guide you into what you need to do? Mm-hmm. Because what you need to do might be different than what this person needs to do. This is the problem. Irritable, restless, and discontent. The min pin lives with the problem, and the only solution is, there is no solution.
For a min pin.
Yeah, look. I'm going to lick the table.
What could you need?
Sometimes we wish she was a pug. Like,
Don't say that.
Don't say
Thank
that
you for joining us.
Have a great day. Alcohol is just the symptom of the problem. We take that to meditation today. Do I have a relationship with God that's going to solve all my problems and lead me and guide me and not drive me?